$20.
I still can't believe you kept the receipts. I didn't throw my receipts away, but
I can't believe that either. What's the date on this?
You know, I kept all my receipts, but I noticed the ones from Best Buy, they fade over time.
This one's really faded too. Don't get me wrong.
Invisible
So this is
ink.
back in.
It's the Trinity MMO show. He is risen.
He's risen indeed.
Welcome to episode 80 of the Trinity MMO show. This week on the show, we have daily quests from your game masters. Name that game with Solomon. Your Escort Quest is going to be the 8th song from Maestro SirJahzeal's top 10 songs. The main story quest is talking about faith in games. Possibly it's come up before, but maybe talk it again. And of course, we'll have our world events. We are always so glad to have you join us on this show for some good old MMO news and MMO opinions. Now, in case after 80 episodes you have not quite gotten it yet, the Trinity in the show's title refers to a group of 3 closely related persons or things of 3s. In our case, there's a bunch of 3s. The first Trinity is the Holy Trinity of Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Second Trinity is a Trinity of MMO, Tank, Healer, and DPS. The third Trinity is 1, 2, 3 of us, and oh my gosh, that's 1, 2, 3, 3 more bullet points, and you have Trinities coming all over the place.
You almost screwed that up, Dad.
As always, we have
80 times.
As always, we have our RPG experts here to guide you and me. Our sensei of MMO news, we have SirJahzeal.
Hello.
We have our resident YouTuber at Copying RPG, Solomon SK.
Hurt, you didn't call me Senpai.
And then there's me, Kennethan. That's like so each week we quest with you with our MMO news and MMO opinions. Okay, so up first is the first of our sound effects. It's time for some quest.
I feel like I need a cigar. No, just
yeah. I don't know. Are you allowed to stream? On stream, yo?
I mean, people vape on stream all the time.
Ah, geez, yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Are you allowed to smoke on?
Yeah, like I said, people vape all the time,
okay.
even the popular ones.
Oh,
right. Time now for some daily quest. E3 2022 is canceled. There wasn't going to be an in-person this year, okay, but we're going to do it all virtual, but even now that has been canceled. To quote from them, we previously announced that E3 would not be held in person in 2022 due to the ongoing health risks surrounding COVID-19. Today, we announced that there will also be no digital E3 showcase in 2022. Instead, we will devote all of our energy and resources to delivering a revitalized physical and digital E3 experience next summer.
okay.
Final Fantasy 14, patch 6.1, Newfound Adventures, arrives on April 12th. That's right, 10 days from now, we finally have some new stuff coming out with Final Fantasy 14. The Endwalker, the story is over. Now comes new stuff, okay? Lord of the Rings Online is getting ready for their 15th anniversary, and we've chatted about playing this game, so at some point we got to hook our schedules up to do this. Palia wraps up is another alpha test, so don't worry, more tests are coming, but I'm always wondering when's the actual date. Star Citizen! First look at the upcoming refining ship in Alpha 3.17, and I asked the question, who cares?
A lot of people do, actually.
Rift, that game that was a Trion's Worlds that was sold to Gamigo, that they said may be coming back, or maybe not back, I don't know what it is, says the great first update is coming. Now, mind you, the problem people are wondering about is like, wait a minute, but didn't you just do widespread layoffs from all your multiple MMO teams? So how can anyone actually really believe that something's coming for Rift? And of course, in other Gamigo news, Fracture's closed beta begins April 6th. Of course, if you want to be in the beta, you have to buy in. New World's Heart of Madness rolled out pretty smoothly, not like the original game. That's why I mentioned it, because it rolled out smoothly for once. Then again, they don't have as many players as they used to, so. Now, this is not MMO news, but guess what? Fortnite went to a no-build mode. Okay, the latest season. Now they no build mode. Then they said we're going to keep it permanent no build mode, and now they just made it out that you can have choices of either build or no build mode. So you can do either one you want if you want to play the game. So if you've been waiting to do that battle royale of Fortnite because you didn't like all the building, now you can do it. Now this one's interesting. I didn't realize this was a battle royale, but a vampire battle royale. Vampire the Masquerade Blood Hunt. It's a new battle royale coming out in April 27th. Did not know that. Did not know it was even a battle royale, but it's interesting. Different genre, different take on the genre, I guess, you know. All right, so apparently Jahzeal said he has nothing to talk today about, so he has no notes, so we're going to skip him, I guess, huh? Right?
Well,
I mean,
No?
it was a pretty
Yes?
slow week, to be honest, though.
Well, there was news. I swear I got, Yes? No? What?
Yeah, some.
I don't know whether to bite my tongue about something that was said on my stream earlier about our show or
Do it. Do it.
So
Positive news?
this isn't news, but this is kind of a call out to people. All right. So it was kind of alluded to that MMOs is a small niche, which I disagree
true.
with. And
Maybe small niche, but well, not small niche in market, but maybe small niche in some people's playbooks.
Not as big,
and that there
but
just isn't enough news for us to be doing a weekly show.
Yeah, but our show is
Okay.
not just about the news, okay? We're
Right.
doing Name That Game. We're doing the songs. We're also just kind of doing some opinions. You know, it's not just about the news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this kind of I got two places to go with it, but it's short. It's not going to be a 30-minute long vent session. One thing is that we have I'm sure most of you noticed made changes along the way and kind of altered the way that we present things, added things like Guess the Game with Solomon, and I'm sure maybe Kennethan and I will eventually be on the other side of that, showing off some of our goodies that we've got in the past. And we're doing the song thing because everybody knows I'm really into music, and MMOs don't stand apart from that. I love there's some games that I just love the soundtracks, and actually enough so that I spent some considerable money on buying vinyl LP versions of them lately with Final Fantasy XIV's box set that they sent out, which was by the way, very worth the money if you have it, but it's kind of pricey. So if you have constructive criticism, if there's something you would like to see on the show or something changed, we would love to hear from you. And if you don't want to do it publicly, all three of us or any of us individually, however you feel comfortable, please do send it in. Let us know what your thoughts are on the show. If you're liking it, if you're meh about it, if you're disliking it. But if you do dislike it, please let us know. Please let us know. But more importantly, give us some feedback constructively. Like, let us know, hey, have you guys thought about doing it this way? Or have you thought about maybe you could do this kind of segment? Or, giving us ideas and whatnot. We're not going to bite your head off. We're all pretty laid back, cool dudes that welcome that kind of discourse with everybody. We would love to have new ideas coming in from all of you who watch the show, whether it's live on Twitch or you're watching it later on YouTube or wherever else it ends up in the future. We we're trying to make this fun for even people who aren't really into the MMO genre. Maybe you're just into ARPGs, or maybe you're actually into single player sci-fi games or something like that. And you're just hanging out with us because we're in your community and we're friends of yours, brothers of yours, and you're just supporting us even though you're not really necessarily into EverQuest and World of Warcraft and New World and Lost Ark and all those other Final Fantasies and all that stuff, which is awesome. We thank you for that. But the one thing that we do is we take pauses every once in a while behind the scenes, and we do talk to each other about, hey, what do you think maybe we should change things up a little bit, or how can we make this a little more this or that, and especially reach those folks who are here just to support us as brothers and as friends, and aren't necessarily into MMOs. And that's how a lot of these ideas that especially Kennethan has come up with, how they came up, because it was like, well, what about those people that are in that boat? What do we do for them? And so we've came up with these quests and and escort quests and all that stuff came out of that. Was like, well, these are conversations that almost any gamer can relate to, and so we definitely appreciate your feedback. And I just wanted to put that out there, that please do send us your feedback on the show anytime that you feel like it. Like I said, we're not going to bite your head off. We're not going to cuss you out. You don't need to be scared of any of us, at least not of us three here. You don't need to be afraid. I mean, Kennethan gets scary sometimes around Halloween, but you've got a couple months, so.
All right.
But cool. I just wanted to drop that there for everybody, just to let you know, because there's been a couple people who have said, like, oh, well, MMOs, do you really need to have a weekly show on that? And it's like, well, some weeks are drier than others, but
and ultimately,
yeah, I think
I don't really care, because ultimately, if we're having fun doing this, I mean, we need to make adaptations. Like, I learned so much from you guys. I enjoy doing this thing. I mean, if it picks up, it picks up. It doesn't pick up, doesn't pick up. We'll keep constantly making adjustments or whatnot, trying different things. So, always welcome to hear feedback. If people, I don't know. I haven't really heard much feedback directly, so.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I haven't heard anything either, but I share the same sentiment. It's not that I'm feedback what's the word? Feedback apprehensive or whatever. You know what's up? I can't English. Sorry, I wasn't born here.
I know.
It's like, yeah, we're just making. I mean, we're not. It's like we're not even like. Actually, never mind. I'll just stop right there.
Well, and we don't only play MMOs, guys. I mean, that's the majority of what we play, but we play the other games that you guys and gals play too. I mean, we've been playing Fortnite, which is totally not.
You guys have been playing Fortnite.
That's true.
I never touched it.
Well, it is more fun without building.
We're gonna move on then. Okay.
Okay.
So
move on.
I'm gonna try to find that sound effect that I made.
Or you could just ad-lib it right now.
No, here we go. Closet full of games. What are their names? Name that game with Solomon XK. Guessing the fame. What are their names? Name that game with Solomon XK. All right, it's now time to name that game with Solomon SK. That's right. He's going to bring out a game or pull something out of his closet, and we're going to guess what it is. He's going to give us some brief kind of like intro things that will start the ball rolling, instead of us just guessing right off the top certain things. He's going to give us like 1 or 2 or 3 items that will just like start the ball rolling. So we got this week's Solomon.
Uh-oh. Did he fall? He can't get back up? I don't hear help yet. Man, he's digging way in the back of that closet.
I know. It's like, didn't he get prepared for this? Prepared.
Well, this is pre-2000, I'm going to guess, if it's that far back in the closet.
Prepare. What are you talking about?
Will this become the Trinity gaming show instead? We could talk about games itself, but
I'm going to do 2 for sure. I might do 3 just because some of these are going to be really easy.
honestly,
You're
I could
assuming.
see adding RPGs to the game to it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this first one is the one I was gonna do last week. The one I said that I really loved. Now I really hate.
Oh,
Really love,
It's
really
gonna
hate.
be really easy. Hang
SWTOR.
on, let me pull it up here. No, I still like SWTOR.
What
I
game?
thought you didn't like SWTOR.
No, I just.
No, no, no.
What game does
Oh,
he
okay.
started
No,
off
I still
liking
play
that
it.
he really hates?
Okay,
World
so
of
this
Warcraft.
So the game categorizes as an action adventure, so I'm gonna go by that. Although I personally would have categorized a little differently. But let's go with it's action adventure. It came before 2015, and that's
And
and
it's a
then I'll give you
game.
more
Well, the
as
third
we
one
go
is a
on.
game that you loved it when it first came out. Now you hate it
More like
or
the
dislike it.
franchise. The game itself I still like, but the franchise itself, that might be
What
a dead giveaway.
franchise has gone bad? Well, I know we guessed one time like Fallout, but we said no, you like Fallout, so it's not that one.
Oh, I still love Fallout. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, Fallout 76 was a kind of a disastrous launch, but
Wouldn't be Far
And
Cry.
it is a console exclusive. 'Cause I know
console
that's gonna be
exclusive.
Well,
This is
Halo.
gonna
it's not
be
Far
like one
Cry
of the
then.
first questions.
You loved Halo, now you
And
hate Halo. I don't know.
but Halo's not exclusive.
Console
now.
exclusive.
Or are we just saying the
Yeah,
game
well-
is it franchise or just the game?
This particular game that I have right now is console exclusive. It's
I mean,
not made.
I mean,
it's
Halo
not
was
for
console
PC.
exclusive. Just because I'm PC now doesn't. Good thing like Mass Effect.
Or
Mass
Tomb
Effect.
Raider?
Keep asking. I need to plug in a
Andromeda?
USB under my computer.
Hmm. Andromeda was a
It's not-
game that no one liked. Well, I'd say I would ruin the franchise a little bit. Console exclusive because Mass Effect was a console only thing. There's always surprised it's Pokemon. It could be, Pokemon is console exclusive. Well,
Oh man, if we have to guess
It's
a
not Pokemon.
Pokemon game, do you know how many Pokemon games
Yeah.
there are?
I'll just make it easy for you. It's not Pokemon. It's not
Okay.
any of them.
All right.
wait,
we have
so
to go
it's
through that
action
list.
adventure. I mean, you're not gonna say Zelda because Zelda's gotten better. I thought.
Dead
At that
Space.
point, I would say which one, but no, it's none of the Zelda titles.
Action adventure pre-2015. Notice like he didn't say 2010, which means he's put like it's a game that's like. I mean, I know there's a bunch of people. I mean, I don't know what they feel about. We already did a Metal Gear, so I don't think it's that. Console only, action adventure.
Dang it.
I'm lost right now. Okay, so
Resident Evil.
Again, I'd say which one, but no, it's none of the Resident Evil. I still like the Resident Evil franchise though.
is it a sci-fi genre?
It can be.
Can be sci-fi. I mean, what was his thoughts about that?
I would
What's that?
I would say it has sci-fi elements, but it's definitely not known for science fiction.
I mean, not StarCraft.
It's not StarCraft. That's definitely science fiction.
I know it's like, but it's got sci-fi like a Warhammer 40K type thing where it's got sci-fi, but it doesn't quite feel like sci-fi. But it's not that, is it? Warhammer 40K?
Nope.
Is it a US publisher? Okay, developer?
Wait.
Yes and no.
Assassin's Creed.
It's none of the Assassin's Creed.
Oh dang.
So it's a mixed publishing type thing. It's a. Oh my word! Oh
I
my
guess
gosh!
it's not easy.
That'd be easy, huh?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say the publisher. No, it's not US based.
Okay, is it publisher Ubisoft?
No.
Okay.
And I said it earlier, but I don't know if you answered it or not. It's none of the Tomb Raider.
It's none of the Tomb Raiders. Gosh, I haven't played Tomb
No.
Raider forever.
What franchise would he would
And it wouldn't
like?
be because
And
actually
now
that
it's
last Tomb
bad.
Raider
Which
was great.
franchise? I mean, Uncharted, I don't think went bad. If I recall, you know, the
No.
Far Cry's, I don't think went bad. Those are generally consoles only. Is that
And
the
Far Cry didn't. It got better, so it's not Far Cry.
what's that one with the Zarkos or Rakros? You know, God of War. I don't think got bad worse.
No, this last one's awesome. So it's not that unless he didn't.
What's
like
that
it.
one under the water one? Did I hear that they kind of went bad at the end? The BioShock, is it? BioShock?
Again, I'd say to which one, but no, it's none of the BioShock. I actually still do really like the franchise, even though in hindsight some of it is kind of woke. But I mean, it still has a lot of cultural significances, in my opinion.
Sci-fi. Well, it wouldn't be Just Cause because you said sci-fi.
So don't so don't linger too much on the sci-fi. I would not call this a sci-fi game at all.
Is it like so it's fantasy, high fantasy? Like
No,
elves
not
and
at all.
dwarves, not elves and dwarves, I think,
Nope.
right?
Nope.
Not planet side as a sci-fi thing.
Hitman? No, not wouldn't be Hitman.
Hitman. That's a good question. Good one.
It's not Hitman.
I need another hint.
Wolfenstein?
Give me a hint.
Uh,
Little Big Planet.
I'm running out of. I honestly am running out of ideas.
I know you guys heard of this game. There was a remaster version of this game back in 2014.
Yakuza.
No.
Dang it.
2014 remaster. That's 8
Devil May
years
Cry?
ago.
By 2019, it has sold over 20 million units.
Not Devil May Cry series then. Okay.
I rather like that series still,
Remastered.
even though it's a little boring.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the early ones better.
Remastered. So remastered meant that it's already an older game automatically from there.
Yeah. Another hint. It's being made into a TV series.
Last of Us. Wait,
Yes.
what happened?
Yay, you got it.
You know, I was thinking earlier about those not zombie type thing, right? Last of Us. I was like, nah, it's not quite sci-fi because it's zombie type thing, right? You know,
Right,
but the remastered.
That's why I kind of had to skip around that sci-fi and be like, don't focus on that too much.
And
because the whole. Sorry.
Wait.
Well, I say there.
I had
Like I
to
said,
get
there are
the
people who didn't
door.
like the latest one, the sequel. People did not.
Yeah,
were not
that's
thrilled
why-
with it. You know.
That's why I absolutely hate this franchise now because of the sequel. I think they primarily because they did Joel dirty. Like
That's the thing. They
did Joel
killed him.
pretty-
You know. I mean, that was like one of the heroes. I mean, and then
and they started introducing all these characters. I have no emotional attachment whatsoever. You know, the whole focus of anyways. So basically all the criticism that people generally give the second one, I completely agree with. Primarily the relationship that Joel had with Ellie.
wow, this is quite impressive.
Wait,
PS3,
give me
huh?
1 second here.
The
Yeah,
first game is great though.
The first one was awesome. It was
Yeah.
great. Great storytelling. But the second one, I'm done. But anyways, give me like
Sure.
1 or 2 minutes here. I'm gonna try to get my second webcam here working.
What's interesting about you mentioned the Last of Us is the fact that it's like it only has 2 so far. That's why I'm like, you know, I was like franchise thinking like a little longer one than this, you know, but You know,
That's what I kept thinking was like ones that had multiple.
yeah, The Last of Us. I mean,
Uh,
I never played the first one. I heard people just loved it. You know, the artwork and the story, the interaction, and people loved it. You know, and that's why they were so excited
Mhm.
about the new one. I didn't realize they remastered it, but then waiting for a new one to come out, and it finally came out, and was excited about it, and then it like dropped a big, you know, people like, what did you just do to our beloved game? There are those who loved it, like loved the fact that they were how they were taking it in a different direction. Others were like, you just killed one of the guys we loved in this game, you know, and did it in a way that was so shocking, I guess, you know.
dang it. I can't get my second webcam to work, unfortunately. Sorry, can you give me like 3 minutes? I'm gonna try to
Right?
start my
So
stream.
I know personally I can
Alright,
just cut us out. Cut that
thanks.
out.
1 second.
That was interesting. I wasn't gonna go that direction, but
Oh, there we go.
it's a good
Finally.
test for, you know, I guess tests of our memories and our understanding of games. That's why if we do to hit this, it'd be not a Trinity MMO show, but do more gaming stuff. You know, we could do that.
Okay,
You
there we
know,
go. I got it working. Sorry.
thank you, Yoshi.
I mean, it kind of skirts the line, you know. A lot of these games that I cover, like obviously, if I did name that game and did only MMOs, my segment would have been done already.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm okay with it being multiple. You know, that's why I'm like, where are we going? It's like I kind of throw in sometimes news that are not MMO related.
I think that's fair because a lot of channels do that. Like MMO Bite, like one or two out of everything game he covers is non MMOs, and I think that's smart because he needs to expand, right? And but anyways, okay, so yeah, I'll put that back in there. Again, this is the collector's edition. You know, I
Wow,
was really
nice.
excited about this game because, like, you know, Naughty Dog was like such a huge name, you know, with their
Yeah.
Uncharted series. And so again, the box comes like this. The game already out right in the front. Still case, Last of Us.
This is the remastered one or the actual first release?
This is the original collector's edition.
Okay.
Yeah, not non-remaster. Again, inside the game disc and the receipt. Let's see how much this game cost me back in 2013, I think it was.
Is it really that old?
$80.
I still can't believe you
Yeah.
kept the receipts. I tend to throw my receipts
Yeah,
Wow.
away, but
I can't believe that either. What's the date on this?
You know, I kept all my receipts, but I noticed the ones from Best Buy, they fade over time.
This one's really faded too, don't get me wrong. So
invisible
this is
ink.
back in
Yeah.
6/15, 2013. So that's what, June?
2013, June 2013. Wow.
It's
Yeah,
6
this is
June anyways.
actually my first time seeing the box. I just downloaded it, so I
Ooh,
never even
Naughty
saw the
Dog
box.
stickers inside.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I do have
um
a Naughty Dog T-shirt. Does that count? I should have wore it today. See?
right? Survival
Yeah.
edition codes in the back. I guess this gives like extra
Huh?
goodies, whatever this is, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
okay.
Yeah, let's hide those codes. No
Uh,
one's
I
just,
mean, I probably
9 years
used them
old,
already,
dude.
but just in
I know,
case, just in
PS3.
case.
Oh, nice. Oh, a book. That's what's
Yeah.
in there.
So this is
The
the
artwork.
introduction. Yeah, the art of The Last of Us.
Oh,
Wow, it has
sweet.
that new book smell too.
Mm.
I wish you could smell it. It smells like really nice paper. Anyways, so again, all the concept art. You got Ellie, you got I forgot. I think that's Joel's brother, maybe? I can't remember. Um
I need new glasses. Dude, that's
I mean, the
sweet.
thing is small. It's
Huh?
really small though. That's the problem. You probably have to watch it on my stream because I have another camera set up here, which is bigger.
Nah.
But
Next time you come to my house, you need to bring that so I can look at it in person.
oh yeah, for sure. We'll order some Chick-fil-A. Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
Anyways, you got the different type of zombies.
Wow,
I don't know
that's
what this disease
cool.
was called. The disease was like called something like cordyceps or corda something, wasn't it?
Supposedly not zombies, yeah. That's
Oh,
cool.
it's
Last of Us.
slipped my mind.
I think
Right,
that's
okay.
it. Oh, wait,
Add
what's
it to my
this?
list here.
Oh, it even came with the comic book.
Oh, comic book.
This
What?
I forgot.
No way.
Yeah. Here, I'll show it here first. Last of Us 1 of 4.
Dark Horse.
That's
Okay.
cool, dude.
Now, I don't know if it does it. Oh yeah, right here. Okay, you're right. It's on the box right here in the back. I totally forgot about that. So in the DLC, it does turn out that she's into girls, and that's who she is. Like, you know, I don't think you know that at first, but after the DLC came out, it's like, okay. I mean, but yeah, I thought that's really cool. But that's it. That's it. You got the comic book, the art book, and the steel case. So
Cordyceps is a kind of mushroom, pretty sure. So probably. What?
oh yeah, that's where the inspiration of the game came from.
Oh.
Was those was the mushrooms that would take over the mind of insects such as ants, and then they'd force the ants to like die on top of like grass blades or somewhere really tall, so birds would eat it, and then the cordyceps would just reproduce inside the bird. And the
Interesting.
cycle
Okay.
continues.
All right. Well, thank you so
But
much,
yeah,
Solomon.
I thought I was gonna do 2, but I think that probably took enough time. Unless you
it
want.
did.
No, we'll save it for later. I'm running
Yeah.
out of
It's
games.
just too bad that could have been a great series, and then that second one just
Yeah, well, go broke.
well, and it wasn't just that's the problem. It wasn't just
It wasn't just that.
that. It was
Yeah, but it was
the
it was a part
story
of
was
it, for
subpar
sure.
to
Oh, yeah, it
the
was part of it.
to yeah, the story was just subpar to the first one, and it just had other problems. I mean, the woke stuff
For
wasn't
sure.
great.
Whenever
But
any TV show, movie, game tries to adjust, right, or change, it always seems to ruin it. You know,
yeah.
you started with a premise and an idea, okay, and now you want to all of a sudden yank it somewhere else, and people are like, that's not why we loved it, okay? That's not why we went.
Right.
We, you know, I mean, Assassin's Creed's a good example of a game that kind of played around, still has the idea of you still like live conscious to some ancient relative, but a lot of the games now with the Odyssey, you know, to Valhalla, you're less of that, is more of actually just playing the game in a world, and you're kind of an assassin, you know. So it's an adjustment that was made. I think that's working so far, but you know, other games that make that jolt, that little just literally shifting on people, like, that's not what I wanted. I want another game in the same thing. So,
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Story quest didn't work.
It is time once again for the main story quest, where the Trinity Bros give you their MMO opinion.
That's right. Time to give you some of our opinions. So before stream, Solomon says we already did this, and I can't remember that directly. Maybe he did. I need to write. I never wrote down all of our main story quest topics over the last 80 episodes, so maybe it's a repeat. But it's about faith, because it's something that we've all been asked at one time or another on our streams, and it keeps popping up now and then. Okay, and it's like faith in gaming, and not just that. It's like, how do we as Christians play a game that has gods and monsters and demons and whatnot? But I also wanted to touch on not just that directly, but the actual games themselves. You know, in playing the games, do you see a certain faith that's coming through, and like, generally, is it pointing toward, say, one faith or not? I say that because there's sometimes playing Final Fantasy 14 and the Endwalker quest, you got a whole kind of feel. I mean, it was definitely clearly was not a Christian theme, but you couldn't help but thinking that, you know, there's a certain things you can point to God, you know, Jesus Christ, in this game because of what they were talking about in the game. You know, it's interesting because, like, example is in the game, near the end time, so to speak, people started turning into monsters because they had fear. They just like gave up. They quit and gave up. You know, it's like we as Christians, like, no, we have the hope that lies within us, and that keeps us going. You know, and we don't give up. We don't feel the need to give up. We don't feel the need to surrender and go somewhere else because we have God on our side. So I don't know. I just want to throw it out there like gaming, because I'll give another example is the fact like World of Warcraft has these quote unquote gods in the games, but you don't really, not really big deal, you know. I mean, if you think about like think like Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff, you sometimes you play a character, you have a quote unquote god who's overwatching you, just gives you powers, you know. It's not really a big deal or anything. So I'm rambling because I just like faith in gaming is something that's always pops up, and it's like, yeah, I as a Christian can play a game that has non-Christian things because of the fact that I understand the difference between fantasy and reality, and the fact that, you know, I'm playing a game, I'm playing ones and zeros, I'm not dealing with the actual spiritual consequences of this game. That's why I don't play games that are in sexual context, like that can mess around with who I am. But a game that has ones and zeros where I'm eliminating characters in Fortnite, or playing a character in World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy that happens to have a tie to some god, little g god. 'Cause that's the other thing. A lot of the games these games have these little g gods. They're not universal gods. They're very much gods that are tempted and can be smited, and they can be corrupted or converted. And it's interesting because the one universal god can never changes. So that's it. What do you think? What are your thoughts about faith in gaming, or faith in games?
I suppose that it would be. Oh, okay. my Obviously, someone wants my full attention. She's not going to get it right now. I don't know that I'm desensitized to it, but I am quite used to it from a role playing aspect of that. I grew up in the 70s and 80s, and the introduction of Dungeons and Dragons, which you mentioned, which I mean, they were called deities, really, but I guess you could call some of them little g gods. There were probably hundreds of different deities in the game, but yeah, they were just not God, or represented as God, but as gods, little g gods. And you know, that went on to other role playing games, tabletop role playing games, guys, way back. And then even into EverQuest had multiple deities, and you would pick which one that you wanted to follow, and they were all different. And of course, they were mostly based on like Greek and Roman mythology and whatnot, and folklore, as well as even a bit Germanic and Norwegian and whatnot folklore. So I guess I'm really used to it, and as long as it's just role playing and not, um, you're not really serving them in a real sense, or even in the role playing sense, it's just kind of like because in for instance, in Dungeons and Dragons, it was a little different because you were kind of like trying to please your deity or whatever. At times, it wasn't like full focus unless the dungeon master made it that way. Um, but in EverQuest, it was just like you would pick which one, but then you really wouldn't give any more thought to it while you're playing the game. And there weren't really that many quest lines or anything dealing with that. It was just kind of like, yeah, for role playing sake, let's say that dwarf is following whoever. And even in Lost Ark, let's bring it up to now. Lost Ark mentions gods, little g, all the time. Oh, thank the gods or whatever. And of course, as you have all seen on my streams, I always do the. Of course, it's a line from Captain America. There's only one God, and you're not him. Kind of a statement. It's She really wants my attention. I don't know if you guys heard that.
No?
To me, it's not that big a deal. I'm not serving that God in real life. It's not affecting me. I would say things that affect me more as a man, probably, like you said, would be like scantily clad characters, or real sexy outfits or whatever on female characters, or things like that bother me more than some NPC that I'm getting a quest from saying, "Oh, the gods have forsaken me or forsaken us, and I need help retrieving my animals that got loose. Please go collect 5 sheep from the hills or whatever. It's like, okay, I'll do it for you. To get my 10 gold and my whatever else. I don't have a problem with it, with my faith in Jesus Christ, and being a Christian at all. There are games that I would say, there's games out there that are a little bit more on the line for me, say ones that are a little closer to reality, but they're very dark and there's a lot of Satanism in them. And there's things like Binding of Isaac, which I know is super popular, and I'll probably get some groans, but stuff like that I don't know, it's just something off about it that is a little too demonic for me. If you play it, that's fine. If you're comfortable with it, I'm not. That's just my walk with Christ and what I'm comfortable with and what I'm not. But as far as like deities and a role-playing game, I don't. It doesn't bother me.
All right, cool. Thank you for the raid,
Yeah.
King Amos. Appreciate it so much. We were talking about faith in games or faith in gaming and how do we do things in games, right? Especially when it comes to our faith. And so, Solomon, what do you think? What are your thoughts on all this whole thing?
I think the people, well, a few things. I think it's generally okay to play a game if it doesn't make you stumble. So obviously, games that has a lot of adult content, if you know what I mean, that's clearly going to be very high on the list because a lot of us have stumble with that. So
Right.
but
Yeah.
I think at the same time it's not just that, it's like other sin too, right? Like, so say like if you were somebody who is a not relapsed, what's the word am I looking for? I think say you
addict?
struggle with, yeah, say like an addict for say alcohol, or not even alcohol, but just like anything, gambling, then stay away from games that actually have loot boxes, you know?
Oh yeah.
I think you know what I mean? Say if you have been struggling, say like you were really into new age theology or ideology, and if play games like the Lost World, or practically any game really, if that makes you stumble, then play something that doesn't have a spiritual context to it, play like a mech game or something, I don't know. So I think in context, so long as it doesn't make you stumble or make others stumble even, I think that's probably key, because a lot of people who criticizes, people playing, or people of faith playing video games, well, what are some of the leisurely content that they consume? Because you could probably still use that argument to all other things like anime, manga, comic books, video games,
yeah.
obviously, TV shows, movies. So then does that mean we have to all live like the Quakers or the Mennonites and just completely shut ourselves from technology? Is that the most biblical way of living? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I'm the wrong person to ask, right? So if that's truly the biblical answer, then I guess we're all screwed. So again, it just really depends on the context of what the game is and what you're struggling with. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's well said. Yeah, that's so. Games that I've been asked the question, like when playing New World, it's like, are you bowing down to that altar? Like, what? When you
I know. I was gonna talk about that because I was there. I know exactly who you're talking about.
When you are transporting in the game, you're at these shrines, whatnot, and so you're bowing down as you move. I'm like, what? And like, I didn't even notice. I never even noticed. Okay, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I am. I mean, no, I mean, all right, it must be a mechanic in the game, like, but it's like, I'm not literally bowing down to an altar or a shrine to a false god. My character's doing it as a transport from A to B. So that is not, to me, something that is, anti-biblical or trying to start bowing down or worshiping a false god or a false idol. But that's the question.
My point was, why just that aspect? Why not? I mean, why are you putting that on a pedestal and not its violence? or you know, or
Agreed.
maybe it
Well,
has
there is that
other
too. I
things like
mean,
misogyny and you know some other stuff that people could always criticize it for. That's not biblical.
and
There's,
that's
you
true
know,
too. And that's one of the things that does pop up is why are you playing a game that's so violent? Like, well, I'm not really playing a violent game. Well, are you killing
right.
people? I'm eliminating
So
them. They're ones and zeros, but
and so that's why I would argue for that person, it's probably not good for him to play that game, probably because he struggles with that. Maybe I don't
and
know.
that's the key thing. That's I think is what you just said. It's like someone says, you know, back when Harry Potter books first came out, they were like a lot of Christians, I guess, apparently, you should not be reading that. It's all about witch and witchcraft. I'm like, wait, what? I mean, have you guys? I mean, not to say that Lord of the Rings or Chronicles of Narnia are in the same vein, right? But they have kind of wizards and sorcery and magic, and like, how's that different, right? But we know that Tolkien and Lewis basically wrote them in a Christian vein, and J.K. Rowling did not. But the key thing is that it becomes an opportunity for you to talk to your kids about it, read the books together, and talk about the different things. Like, and of course, if you're actually thinking, I know there are kids who've actually felt that they were Superman and actually tried to put on their cape and fly out a window, which is sad. You know, that's where you need to, as parents, need to ground them into reality. But even if they weren't reading that comic book, something else would have made them think that something's wrong. So you have to know who you are and your heart is, where your heart's at. You got to pray about things and making sure you don't. I just definitely avoid content that has sexual in content, because I know where my heart's at. But when it comes to like playing a game where I'm eliminating characters in the game, like, no, I'm just we are playing together. That person over there is still alive. I may eliminate their character avatar on screen, but I know they're still alive. I have no intent in my heart to kill them, but I do have my heart when it comes to sexual sin. So you got to know where you're at. That's why I think if for Christian liberty, if some game is making you think that by virtue of your avatar bowing down to a shrine that you are doing something wrong and you're somehow bowing down to something else like God, then by all means stop playing the game. You know, ultimately, I know that we're all going to be standing in front of God and have to give an account. You know, even though we're grateful that Jesus Christ died on the cross for our sins, so that basically we do have to give an account. Jesus will say, "Hey, I got him. I died for him," and we're like, "Oh, thank God," because there's no way I'm getting to heaven without Jesus' blood to cover me and my sins. All right, Death to Life Ministry is now going to watch all the naughty movies tonight. Okay. Next up, we are going to do our Escort Quest.
Walk with us as we escort you to safety, experience, and the adventure of a lifetime.
All right, so we are been running through the top 10 songs of Maestro SirJahzeal's list of MMO songs, and he didn't give me this ones for this week. So, what should I pull up on YouTube as the song of the week?
I'm sorry, I did forget to link that. So this week is from a game that just came out recently. It had great success at the start and isn't doing great now, but it still has it has a great soundtrack, which
Is it the New World?
it is. It's New World.
All right, okay.
It's New
Well, I
World.
figured New
And
World.
now, I, again, like the previous couple of weeks, this is another soundtrack that, man alive, I was listening to them and I was, oh, that's the one I'm going to do. And then a couple songs later, oh no, but I like this one too. And a couple songs after that, ah, I really like this song. And I literally, I'm not going to lie, I had a 6-sided dice and I just put those 6 songs 1 through 6 and I rolled the dice. So here you go. The song that I picked for it is Tides of War. Which
Tides of War.
Yeah, it may be an odd pick
Okay.
to you guys, but I love the build up and man, it's a great track that I think after I did that, I was like, you know, that actually is probably the one I would have settled on because it does kind of encapsulate the emotion of and get you into the game where you can really feel that building of tension from the beginning of the song. It kind of builds its way into like what you're getting into, or what you were going to be getting into if you were still playing the game, I should say. Now, I know Brandon Campbell. I can say his name really easy. The other one, it's Remin, and I always mess up his last name.
Djawadi?
I think is
Djawadi?
Djawadi or something
Djawadi,
like
yeah.
that. I probably butchering it. If so, I'm very sorry, because you, sir, get the tip of the hat. Both you and Brandon did a wonderful job, and everyone else that worked on these songs. But the soundtrack is full of great songs, by the way. If you are like me and you like going and getting original soundtracks, definitely pick this one up, because despite, no matter where the game ends up, if it ends up being shut down in a couple of years, or maybe a DLC or something comes out and it becomes a hit again, the music is here to stay, and it's good. It's really good, no matter where the game goes.
That is the one thing about New World. The graphics, the artwork, beautiful. You know, like I said, the music is cool. They need to work on some other aspects of the game. So I still think this has a long term. If they fix it, it can be like a Final Fantasy 14 where it'll come back and stronger than ever. I hope, but we'll see though. So right, New World Tides of War, as you're listening in the background there, it is our latest song. It is the number 8 song, if I recall right. I fixed this. Oh, that's the wrong one. So, oops.
Good song. I like it.
So yeah, 8 songs. So we are 2 more away from completing the top 10, and then we'll actually run down the top 10 for all you guys. And you gotta tell us which one you like the best. You know, we'll see what he actually picked. You know, so we have not get ordered yet. Just because it says it's the 8th song does not mean it's number 8 on the list. So if you watch this on YouTube, wherever you're actually watching now, let us know what you think is the song you think is the best song in the MMO world.
I will tell you, it's not in 8th place.
Epitome says pieces. Question: are they songs or pieces?
It's a song. They are fully orchestrated songs.
There you go. Sinner's Prayers in the House. The music is boring. Wait. Well, it comes in with that. Like, okay, what song do you think is a best MMO song? You know, Sinner's Prayer. You know, he was playing New World.
April 1st was yesterday.
That's right. April Fool's was yesterday. So I don't play.
I put a picture of a ultrasound of a baby. Nobody.
Yeah, I saw that. I did. I mean, I didn't fall for it, but I did like it though. But didn't Sinner's Prayer play New World? Didn't he play New World?
I don't know who played anymore.
I thought he did, but he definitely plays Fortnite. I think he's referring to the technical meaning, which it has lyrics or song. Okay.
I started playing it again, by the way. I did a review of the latest thing.
What, Fortnite?
Update. No. The New World.
The New World,
Their
okay.
Heart of Martinus update they did a few days ago. It's not bad. I like the blunderbuss weapon. It's actually pretty decent.
Blunderbuss, yeah, that's pretty cool, So, anyways, that was our song. So yeah, so let us know what you think about that. Our world events. What's interesting is the fact that I wasn't even thinking about this directly. You know, the fact that Final Fantasy 14's patch 6.1, which is the story after Endwalker is over, it's the immersed thing, is coming up in April in 10 days.
Nice.
So it's like, huh.
Does that mean you're gonna resub?
I have never stopped subbing. Okay, so.
Oh, never mind. I thought you stopped sub.
No.
SirJahzeal.
So, anyways, we'll talk about that. Where we're going to do Final Fantasy 14. ESO is coming out with their High Isle in June 6th. Again, so going forward, day before MMO's coming out in June 21st. Come join us at TwitchCon. We are planning on being down there in October for TwitchCon. So please, that's a world event. It's literally an IRL World event.
I
We'll
don't
be
know.
out there. Huh? What's
Oh
that?
no, I was just repeating what you said. Sorry.
So you can join us if you want. It's on San Diego. We're going to be there. So if you want to join us, we'll if we have enough people think about doing it, what we can do is have some kind of like meetup or somehow. You know, why go to TwitchCon when I can go to ShepCon? I don't know how to answer that one. Okay, you know, maybe because
ShepCon? What's that?
I don't plan on going to ShepCon. I'm assuming like ShepherdCon, like a
Like a
pastor's
shepherd.
conference.
Yeah, it's cool.
See, looking for like a shepherd. So I wasn't. It's not on my list. Amos said I'd love to go to TwitchCon, but I don't know how much money it will cost. Yeah.
We'll just ride down with Ken. Ken can pick you up, and
that's right.
I mean, it's a little.
The only
I don't know if
thing
you
is,
planned on going that way.
well, my plan
Where you
is,
find them.
well, my plan is to go, is to drive. My plan is to stop along the way at my dad's place. Okay, on the way down, if we're heading down to San Diego, and then I would on the way back visit family on the way back up. So, yeah, I will drive to Miami, say this prayer to pick you up, and then drive you to Southern California.
We're probably going to be splitting rooms and stuff, dude.
Well,
so
I have
I'm
a
sure
hotel room, which I'm willing to share with folks. Okay, so Shepherd's Con is 2022 is in March 8th to 10th. Already passed. That's the one you did. That's right. Ken come pick me up as well. Okay.
I'll bunk with you, Dad.
So I'm gonna go. Apparently, I'm gonna be driving to Miami to get Sinner's Prayer, and then driving up north to Vancouver to get Epitome. You know, then going south to pick up King Amos, right, and then south again to pick up Djawadi and Solomon before we all head down to San Diego. Okay, so
Dude, that's like at least 10,000 miles.
well, the Miami part is really out of the way. The Vancouver one is kind of like, well, you know.
Well,
Actually,
from
I
here to
could just
Vancouver's
head
like
north a little bit, you know, I suppose.
Wait,
that's like
October.
3,000 miles.
What's the date? October what?
First weekend in October, I think, 9th. October.
Oh, darn it. It's still preseason for hockey. I was going to say, you know, you could drive me up there and I could see a hockey game in Vancouver, and then we could. But
I'm not denying it won't be a cool trip, but that's a lot. I am not driving to Miami.
That's all. Yeah, it's pretty long.
I am driving it to Boston, you know. So, anyway, that's one of our things we're going to do.
That's
and of course, at the end of the year, Starfield comes out November 11th. You know, hopefully Bethesda does good with this one, and it'll be fine.
Oh, Starfield will be good.
So,
it'll be buggy. Don't like all Bethesda games, but it'll still be good.
No, we're going to
still be good.
No, not even
positive.
Yeah, we're positive, right?
I'm looking so forward to it. I know it's going to be a mess.
Please, no, they've learned their lessons, okay?
Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh yeah. After Skyrim, after New Vegas, after 4, after.
Hey, New Vegas was excellent.
Well, you're thinking of
buggy as hell at launch.
It was, but
Fallout 76 is what everyone remembers more recently. So.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about it.
That's the one people are like questioning anything they're doing.
I know, right?
I mean, the thing about Starfield is obviously different than like does for Bethesda, but everyone remembers Anthem from BioWare, you know, and so we're like, ooh, BioWare, yo.
Anthem.
But anyways, yeah, those are our world events. So we have several events of us streaming online. And then one in real life. So again, October, I have already booked a hotel room. You know, I plan on driving down. I figure I visit California once a year with my family, and I am willing to make adjustments and pick people up. But you just got to recognize that some part of my trip is also going to be me visiting my family. So you're not going to be with me on every single leg of my trip. Okay, so.
And if you're in a room with me, just warning, I snore like a bear.
Don't you have a CPAP? Don't you have a CPAP machine?
Yeah, I don't take it when I go on trips.
Well, I do, but a good thing I'm partially deaf, so I can roll over to my good ear and
there you go.
I hear anything. So,
are you really?
I'm partially. Yeah.
What?
I didn't know that.
See?
What?
See? What?
No, what?
You're partially deaf.
What? Who, me?
Yeah.
You just said that.
Yeah, you already knew that.
No, I didn't. I swore I forgot.
Well, it's one of the things where it's like whenever I tell someone I'm partially deaf, first thing they say is what? Like good, yeah, which is fine. I you know,
of course.
apparently
Okay.
epitome murders, not
Well,
just kills. Okay, he's murders, so that's not murder. People who
See,
snore. Okay.
Watson, if you
all right.
want, drive down so that he can visit his family. You could
Well, no, my plan. I said actually that the
you could
way
drive down to my
down.
place, and I'll drive us
So my
down
way
the rest of the
down,
way.
I
If you
don't think
want.
it'd be as big of a deal. Okay, you know, it's on the way
Oh, it's
back.
coming
You know,
back.
is going to be the bigger deal.
Oh,
Okay. I had a
but
friend who
you're
snore and slept with his
visiting.
eyes open. Oof.
You have family down in
Yeah.
L.A. though, right?
Well, no, but I have
Okay.
no. My plan. I have family in Sacramento. Okay, my plan is to hit Sacramento
Oh,
first because it's like it's a 13-hour drive from my house to Sacramento. So I stay there. You know, it's one full day. I sleep in the night at my dad's place, and then from there I drive to San Diego. Then a 10-hour drive to San Diego, and I'll be there. So it's 2 day. It's a 2 day trip down there. You know, and I might along the way. I mean, maybe not. Depending on how much time it takes is get to San Diego is to see like maybe Kings Mountain, not Kings Mountain, is it Kings Canyon? You know,
Kings
and
Canyon.
then on the way back, definitely. So I haven't decided which way I'm going to do it, but I'll visit my brother in Long Beach and my sister in West Hills, and then I'll be seeing you guys again. So I won't have to visit your spots, but go visit something on the maybe the West Coast, maybe on the drive up the coast, you know, along PCH. So that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
So, anyways,
Of course, it'll be
anyways.
October.
Everybody, if you want to, say our TwitchCon October, we're going to be there. You can come meet us in person. If you haven't already met us in person, and we can hang out together for TwitchCon, and we can do some, you know, yeah, we'll I don't know, like a cosplay or anything, but just have some fun. So there you are, okay? Our quests are done, the dungeons are cleared, the loot has been distributed, and all the crafting orders have been completed and mailed to the customers. It's now time to go AFK. Solomon, where can we find you? And what games are you playing?
Coffee and RPGs. I'm making a second channel just so I could post our longer content. Although I do plan on. So here, long story short, I'm no longer. This kind of sucks. I'm no longer going to be doing the news segments where I
Oh,
do the compilation of all the. It just isn't worth it for me.
fair
I've
enough.
seen other YouTubers do it, but they're not. They're having really low success. And the way YouTube works without giving away the course, like secrets and stuff, or
Right.
how it works and what they said, what they discovered. Because I think it's Anyways, um, yeah, just looking at the numbers, like it just doesn't make sense to me. There's only one YouTuber that I know that does it on a pretty successful level, but I don't know how to get to that level without blatantly just ripping off his stuff, and I don't want to do that. So as of right now, I'm just gonna be covering single topic video. I'm gonna not sorry. I'm gonna be doing only single topic videos as well as doing more game reviews. But yeah, I do. But here's the thing though. So the compilation videos of all the news that I gathered together, I'm actually just gonna just stream that on Twitch. I'm just gonna
Okay.
have all the articles ready, maybe have 10 to 15 articles ready to go, and just kind of go over it on Twitch and just interact with chat if I have anyone in chat, at this point.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna upload that with the long form to content that I do with you guys here on the with the Trinity MMO show. So
Yeah, we don't
it'll
have
be,
a
it'll be
Trinity MMO show YouTube channel at this point.
I'm just gonna make a second channel called maybe like Coffee and RPGs 2 or something, or Coffee and RPGs 2 podcast or something. I haven't decided yet. So that's
No
that's
problem.
that's where you could find me, and that's where I plan on doing.
Yeah.
That's the plan for the content.
So cool. Go cow. All right, so SirJahzeal, where can we find you at? And what games are you playing?
Twitch and basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday right now. Can't wait for summer when I can actually stream more, but that's all I can do. And you can also find me on Discord and here on this channel.
All right, cool.
That's it for right now. I'm still working on the other projects when I can, but single dad life crazy.
No problem. Yeah, and you can find me on Kennethan here on Twitch or Kennethan TV on Twitter. You also can find me at kennethan.locals.com. So there's where I'd be at. And so yeah, thank you for coming by here today, for being here. Mario, never late. Don't be sorry. You come when you can. You know, you're in a different time zone than we are. So appreciating coming by at all. So thanks so much for this. We are done for this show, and we're going to see you next week for another episode of the Trinity MMO Show. Bye. He's not going to do it.
Oh, sorry. I was reading.
Check out the further adventures of Kennethan by liking and subscribing and watching me live on twitch.tv/Kennethan.